All right, Kenny, obviously year one of pro hockey in the books for you, when you kind of now have had, a little short time to kind of reflect back on it. What are some of your takeaways from the year?
Yeah, definitely happy just looking at a broad perspective of the year. It sucks the way that it ended as a team, but I'm confident in the group that we have coming back. Looking to have a good summer and ready to roll for next year.
I think the biggest thing that we noticed with you was your consistency throughout the year, even from the start up until the end. Aside from that, where are some areas you think you grew from the beginning up until this point?
Yeah, I think the consistency was something that I was definitely trying to focus on, just with a lot more games than college and stuff like that. Um, I tried to be consistent on days off and practice days so that it would bleed into the 72 game regular season. Um, I definitely thought that my overall game just in the D zone and transitioning into the offensive zone as well grew a little bit throughout the season. Um, Definitely still a lot of stuff I want to work on, but I'm looking forward to having a good summer and coming back ready to go.
Besides the number of games in the schedule, when you compare college and the AHL, what was the biggest difference for you? And at what point did you really feel comfortable, or did you feel it right away?
No, I think it took a few games for me to kind of settle in a little bit and feel more confident on the ice. Definitely the pace was different, and the size of the players and how strong and fast that they are. So that was definitely an adjustment at first, but we have really good coaches and leaders in the locker room that helped me with that transition. I think that as the season grew on, I think it was just kind of game by game I started to feel a little bit better. Had really good line mates, Ryder, Andre, Cromie played with for a while, but all those guys were making it easier on me, especially when I was coming in newer to the team. So big shout out to those guys, they made it a lot easier on me.
Obviously, you got your NHL debut this year, and now that you've had a chance to maybe reflect on it a little bit more versus in the moment, when I'm sure your mind's kind of racing, whether it's a couple days after, a week after, 2 weeks after. But now that you're kind of down the road a little bit, just what does that accomplishment for you mean like, and how does that kind of bring a little fuel to your fire to kind of want to be there and want to be a mainstay?
Yeah, it was cool. It was a special day for people just outside of me, family members, coaches, friends that have been there with me. You know, it's a long journey that kind of led to that. So, cool day for that accomplishment. I definitely, like you said, I kind of want to get back there, and that's what I'm, training for and looking to do next season is, I want to, put myself in a position to make the team and play as well as I can. But yeah, definitely it adds a little fuel to the fire, if that's what you want to call it, motivation, whatever it is. I just want to work as hard as I can and put myself in a good position for that next year.
Kind of a two-part question, piggybacking from that. We just spoke with Husey, and he said that he thinks you and Ryder are still maybe a little upset that you didn't attend that. He didn't attend that game.
Yeah, we joke with him. It was funny. He had nothing going on, but that's Husey, and that's why we love him. He watched from home, and he joked that if he knew that Ryder was playing, because we weren't sure if he was playing beforehand, that he would have gone. But we know it's hard to get him off the couch, so it was good. But we got home and we talked about it. We had a bunch of good laughs, so yeah, it was funny.
We asked him the same question too. Like, it's very evident how close that this team was, especially you young guys, whether it's you, Ryder, Husey, Z, just to name a couple of those. And what made you guys so close, and how fun was it to come to the rink with them every day?
Yeah, I think living with those two, with Husey and Ryder, definitely played a big part in it. But I think that most of our team just enjoyed having fun, and it made it easy to come to the rink every day, no matter what was going on throughout the season. Everyone's coming in, having fun, laughing around, joking. That definitely made it a lot easier, throughout the season. However, hard it might be at times, and it's a long season. But it was fun every day just because of the guys in the locker room that made it fun.
Just what's your summer look like, and what are your goals for next season?
Yeah, gonna head home in this week and take a little bit of time, kind of let my body, correct itself a little bit after a long season. You know, hopefully I'm going to try and, work on my skating, work on face-offs. That's something that I'm, looking to get better on as well. Have a good season, and I want to come in at training camp, and I want to, play as well as I can, and hopefully make a tough decision on management. I feel like my game was trending, felt good at the end of the year, and I just want to keep building on that and come in after a good summer and put my best foot forward.